Hello everyone. Today, I won't be talking about Forex, stocks, or gold. I've decided to switch things up and hunt for coins. I'm not an expert in chasing meme coins that could multiply an account several times. When I learn that mysterious method, I'll continue to share it here with everyone. So, this video will still focus on price action. I'm sure many viewers of my channel also invest in crypto. For me, crypto is best suited for medium to long-term investing, and you should only invest in coins with strong fundamentals. The safest bet is still the top-tier coins. As for trading, using leverage with coins, I think, is not advisable. Trading Forex with major pairs is much better because Forex is more stable with less noise, so we can avoid getting caught in stop hunts. And before watching this video, keep the following in mind. The coin prices are from when I made this video, not the current price. And temporarily forget about the whale theory, market makers, volume, news, and all that. Focus solely on the candlesticks and market structure. Then, if you like, you can add the tools that you're currently using and find effective in combination with price action. Back when I was a newbie, I was greedy and often picked meme coins, hoping to multiply my account many times. In the end, it multiplied in the opposite direction. Some coins even divided my account by more than 10 times. Back then, I lost quite a lot of money because I was naive and greedy. Now, my investment philosophy is simple, based on a few criteria. First, the development team behind the coin. Second, the real-world value the coin provides. Third, how long it has existed in the market. And finally, I look at the chart to confirm all those factors to decide whether it's worth investing in. And there are two notes when investing. First, when investing, you should only look at the chart of weekly and daily candlesticks. Second, when we invest, the decision to buy isn't because it's cheap. Because there's no such thing as a cheap or expensive price. Cheap today could be twice as cheap tomorrow. Expensive today could double in price tomorrow. We buy simply because we see it has the potential to keep rising. That's when we buy. At that moment, temporarily ignore the price and numbers and focus on the candlestick chart to make decisions. This is the weekly candlestick chart of ETH. Overall, the primary trend is still an uptrend. This is a key level for the uptrend. The price hasn't broken through this key level yet, so the trend remains an uptrend. But the current trend is a downtrend, a corrective trend. We only decide to invest when we confirm that this corrective trend has ended and the uptrend resumes. The price has now broken through the key level of the long-term uptrend. So the long-term uptrend has reversed into a long-term downtrend. At this point, we won't invest in ETH anymore. We decide to abandon it. This is the key level for the long-term downtrend. At this point, a contradiction occurs. The price has now broken through the key level of the downtrend, so the downtrend has reversed into an uptrend. So it's likely at this point, it's just a false breakout. The price still hasn't broken through the key level of the uptrend. Why is there such a prolonged false breakout? Because the market cap of ETH at the moment is under $10 billion. It's not even as much as the assets of a single American billionaire. An asset with such a small market cap, like that, will naturally have a lot of noise. So, we can assume this is just a false breakout. The primary trend is still an uptrend, and the price has broken through the key level of the corrective trend, so the corrective trend has ended and the uptrend resumes. ETH has been in an uptrend since December 17, 2018. Within this uptrend, we continue to identify the key level of the uptrend. This is the key level of the uptrend. This isn't because it's not clear. Second, I want it to break through the previous high a bit further and then pull back like this. Then we can confirm this as a key level. If it hasn't broken clearly, then this is the key level of this uptrend. This is a corrective trend, a downtrend. This is the key level of the corrective trend. The price has now broken through the key level of this corrective trend, meaning the uptrend continues in theory. So we can absolutely invest here. Investing at this point is completely fine. If we enter an investment at this point, the price goes up very well, but if it goes down, where will it go? At this point, it will go down to one of two places. First, the Fibonacci price zone from 0.5 to 0.618. This is that price zone. It might go down here and pause for 1 or 2 candlesticks. Then we switch to the daily time frame to find the entry point. Or it might go down to this price zone. This low, the new key level of the uptrend. The price doesn't return to the Fibonacci zone from 0.5 to 0.618, but goes straight to the price zone of this low. So if we buy here, it's not a problem. When we invest, we never invest at one price level. We must average down. We buy here with one order. When the price drops here, look at the reaction of the next candlesticks. It's held at the key level and goes up. We can absolutely place another buy order here, averaging down, and we buy up. If someone is investing long-term, they can target up here. But if someone is investing medium-term, they can target up here at the previous high. Because when the price hits a price zone, key level, it's likely to correct downward to where we can place another buy order. Now let's move on to the second coin. That's BCH, Bitcoin Cash. This is the chart of BCH. A chart that's quite ugly. If anyone plans to invest in BCH, they must have a strong love for the development team behind BCH, or believe in the mission this coin brings. For me, I wouldn't invest because the current trend of BCH is a long-term downtrend. We don't invest in a coin that's in a long-term downtrend. In this downtrend, we identify the key level. If this were a daily or 4-hour chart, I'd confirm this as the key level. But since this is a weekly chart, this could be the key level. On the daily time frame, we confirm this is the key level. Okay. So this is the key level of BCH's long-term downtrend. When do we invest? We invest when the price breaks through the key level of the long-term downtrend. Then we confirm the downtrend has ended and the uptrend begins. Maybe the price won't be as good then, but I consider that the cost for certainty, because I've lost a lot of money in this market before, so now I prioritize certainty over profits. Okay, now let's look at the chart of another lower tier coin. This is the chart of ZEC. It's not as nice as ETH's chart, but it's much better than BCH's chart, because its primary trend is still an uptrend. This is the key level of the uptrend. It's a bit long. This is the key level of the uptrend. The price hasn't broken through this key level yet, so the primary trend is still an uptrend. This is the key level of the corrective trend. When we invest, we wait for the price to break through the key level of the corrective trend, meaning the corrective trend has ended and the primary uptrend resumes. But if you're a medium-term investor who likes to invest on the daily time frame, you can switch to the daily time frame. Check the current day. It's currently in a downtrend. This is the key level of the downtrend. The price has broken through this key level, meaning the downtrend has ended and the uptrend begins. In this uptrend, this is the key level of the uptrend. This is not a key level. Because it's not a low, it doesn't form a swing high or low. This is a sideways price zone, and the price moves straight up like this, without forming swing highs or lows, and when the price pulls back to the key level of this uptrend, it pauses, showing many indecisive candlesticks in this price zone, and when a green candlestick breaks upward like this, we can absolutely place a buy order. Remember to set a target before the price hits the key level of the weekly time frame. In this case, it's exactly like in the video about entering without confluence that I've done. We can place a buy order in a downtrend, but remember to set a target before the price hits the key level of the larger time frame. Now let's move on to another lower tier coin. This coin was quite hot when it first launched. That's XVG. And this is the chart of XVG, an L-shaped chart. When we see an L-shaped chart like this, we should avoid it. Don't think that because the price has dropped 30 or 40 times from its peak, we can buy and hold. When the chart no longer looks like an L, then we can consider it. But with a chart like this, no matter how much you loved it before, you should let it go. Okay, after watching this video, try pulling up the weekly Bitcoin chart and analyze if you see anything miraculous. Of course, the miracle is in the past. But I think in a few years, the miracle will repeat. Now we just need to practice diligently to see it again in the future. This video is just a basic one. You can apply the multi-time frame analysis I've shown to find reasonable buy points. I don't know how many viewers of my channel are investing in the crypto market. Comment to let me know so I can decide if I should make more advanced videos about this market. One more note, the names of the coins in this video, some are real, some I made up. Don't be surprised if they're not on your list. Now, a small off-topic tip about psychology. A veteran trader with over 16 years in the market said, when starting with investing, stepping into the financial market, everyone shares the highest and most important goal, which is to make a lot of money, to achieve financial freedom, to improve the current quality of life. If you don't have a house, you can buy one. If you have a house, you can buy a car. If you have a house and a car, you can buy a bigger house and a nicer car. And after a long time in this trading profession, you realize that money isn't the most wonderful thing, but the freedom this trading profession brings is the most wonderful thing. I believe if you ask any successful trader, they'd answer the same way. Hearing this, you might think I'm philosophizing, like copying advice from billionaires. When you're rich, everything you say sounds right. Those who have money think about other things, but those without money only think about money. Exactly, I don't deny that. But when you make money your top goal, it fuels optimism, greed and fear, which can sometimes exceed your control. No matter how good your method is, it'll turn to dust. That's why on this channel, I almost never mention money, houses, cars, or material things. Money comes naturally when you're skilled enough, but if you make it your goal to chase, it's very hard to reach. Goodbye, see you all in the next videos.